Hello and welcome to the Penno Channel for this match preview for Aston Villa's game against Crystal Palace in the League Cup. I'm joined with my bro to go through everything regarding the game, Villa's ambitions this season in the League Cup, and our thoughts and feelings generally going into the match after the draw against Bournemouth in the Premier League. Bro, how you doing on this Monday morning? Let's get into it, man. Villa in the fifth round of the League Cup. Can we go all the way and finally win some silverware?
Yeah, bro. I'm up for the cup, man. I love the League Cup. I always want Aston Villa to play hard in it, try and go all the way. And it feels like there is some unfinished business in the League Cup. I was there in 2010 as a kid, seeing Rooney score and cause that heartbreak. Me and you were both there in 2020, seeing Manchester City cause that heartbreak. I think this is the best chance we've got with a fully fit squad and Unai Emery to win some silverware. So, yeah, man. Let's get to the quarterfinal.
Yeah, bro. I think now we've seen the squad, everyone's available now, fit and raring to go. And when you look at it and you put the two lineups together, we have two teams. We kind of have a first team, which can interchange, obviously, but there is enough players now for us to have a decent second team. And with the returns of Kamara, Tyrone Mings, Emi Buendia coming back this season as well, and a few other players who had minor niggles and injuries going into the season, we have a second team which are capable of getting us to, semis, quarters, and the final of the League Cup. And I'm expecting a few changes come Wednesday, but I don't think that reduces the strength too much in the side.
Yeah, facts. So, team-wise, what do you think we're gonna see? What do you think Emery's gonna line up with?
Well, it was interesting against Wycombe because there was a number of changes that were made. Obviously, Emi Buendia got his first start for the first team. John Duran came in, who's now much of a muchness between him and Watkins because of the form John Duran's shown. So I'm sure he'll be starting as well. Apart from that, obviously, there's a number of players now that have played first team minutes that might be part of the second team. You've got Costa Nedeljkovic, Lamar Bogard. Diego Carlos might come in to the game on Wednesday, even though he's been a starter for the majority of the season. Obviously got rested on the weekend. And then within the midfield, Ross Barkley seems to be playing half a game and Amadou Onana playing the other half. So Ross Barkley will be starting, and he's just been a first team player as he's been coming on at half time and playing the same number of minutes as Amadou Onana recently. Yeah, so there's a number of players, bro, that can come in who have had first team games, and as I said, I don't think it'll be too indifferent from what the first team would be.
Yeah, 100% agree. And there's the outstanding question about Tyrone Mings. Now, I would have thought by now we would have seen his introduction into the Premier League. I think if we were maybe winning 2-3-0 up against Bournemouth, we may have seen it for the first time, getting 5 minutes at the end. But yeah, it just hasn't worked out like that. Now, I think he might start, but there is that question, like, is he 100% ready to start, or do we just see him come on later in the game? And if he doesn't start, could we be looking at Carlos left centre-back with Konza having to start, or because instead of having to play Pau, or do we see Swinkles coming at left centre-back and Carlos partners him? There's a lot of decision. Swinkles and Bogard both been dropped to the under-21s, which may signify that they're not part of the first team squad plans right now, unless we do have injuries. So it's going to be interesting, bro. But I do think our second squad, or second squad in quote marks, is good enough to beat Crystal Palace.
Yeah. Do you think Unai will go similarly to Wycombe and have just a number of kids on the bench? We saw Brent Brodger was on the bench. I think Swinkles played, Bogard played, Borland came on as well. There's a number of youngsters who were on the bench. I think the majority of the bench was youngsters, apart from Jacob Ramsey, who was an established first teamer. So do you reckon we'll see similar again in terms of the bench and just the second team, in essence, starting the game?
Yeah, I think because of the nature of it being a Premier League team, I am expecting the bench to be a lot stronger. I think we will see an inclusion of some academy players, maybe Borland, Brodger, who impressed in the UEFA League last game, scoring a brace to help us beat Bologna. So I think it will be a mixture of academy and first team squad members, but not to the level it was against Wycombe, I don't think. Also, what you got to remember about Wycombe is Carlos was on the bench originally, but he got injured and couldn't come on in the game. So yeah, I think it's going to be a much stronger bench than the last time out.
How far can we go in this then, bro? Like we said earlier, we have the opportunity, but if Unai sticks with saying we have a first team and second team and kind of doesn't go as strong as possibly he could do, how far do you reckon we could go in this tournament?
Yeah, it's a difficult one because it's all context-based, isn't it? I mean, Palace is no gimme, first of all. I just want to put that out there. Like, this is going to be a tough game. And them coming off their first win against Spurs, they're going to be coming with confidence. And Glasner might go strong if he wants to continue momentum, if he feels his job's on the line. So Palace, first of all, isn't going to be a gimme. If we do beat Palace, though, it's all context-based. If we get Liverpool at home in the next round, then I think we go full strength. If we get maybe a Stoke at home, a Southampton at home, I think it might be that mixture again. So it's all about the luck of the draw, I think. But yeah, for me, bro, one game away from the quarterfinals, then you can really just lock in. I don't think the fixtures or the fixture congestion list is that bad. And when you take into account we've already got 9 points in the Champions League, like, is there a room to be not complacent, but maybe just take the League Cup a bit more serious?
Yeah, we put ourselves in a fantastic position in the Champions League. And as you said, bro, a good position so far in the league. We could have got more points in a few games, but we're in a very good position so far. The game's getting tougher in the league now. I think we've got we only play 2 teams now who are currently part of the bottom 10. The rest are teams that are in the top 10 within the league. So we've got some difficult fixtures coming up. But yeah, we've put ourselves in a good position where potentially we could go stronger in the League Cup and really attack it. The lineup is going to be the most interesting thing come that game, because that will determine how much of an interest Unai has in the competition as a whole. Because against Wickham, you can afford to play a weakened side just because of the disparity in league positions. But playing a Premier League side who have just come off a big victory on the weekend, who are going to be full of confidence and will potentially go strong because they have no involvement in European competition. Yeah, very interesting to see. Very interested to see what the lineup's going to be.
Yeah, and it's just mad. Just one game away from a quarterfinal. And if we go off Emery's quotes, what's he been constantly saying? I want to win a trophy. I want to win a trophy. We're in the second stage. We qualified for Europe. Now I want to win a trophy. What's the easiest trophy? Quote marks again, easiest. What's the most likely trophy we could win this season? You'd say the League Cup, wouldn't you? More than the Champions League, more than the FA Cup. So if Emery's saying that, you would be inclined to think that there will be a seriousness to his team selection. And I really hate this idea of Villa being too good for the Carabao Cup. Like, come on. We haven't won anything in 30 years. I hate this attitude of we're above the Carabao Cup. It's a Mickey Mouse Cup. Like, come on. If it's a Mickey Mouse Cup, man, then I'm a Disney fan, innit? Like, I want the Mickey Mouse Cup. Like, give me the Mickey Mouse Cup. I want to celebrate a trophy, bro. It didn't happen last year with the Conference League. Obviously, getting Champions League soothed that a lot. At the end of the season, we kind of forgot about it. But looking back, it would have been nice to win. So, yeah, really, really hope. And in a one-off game at Wembley, bro, I'd take Emery against anyone. I'd have confidence against 100%. Anyone. So, yeah, just hopefully, bro. What about you? What's your opinion on attitudes or like dismissal of like cup competitions?
I'm in agreement. I want to see Villa win something. It's been too long now. We've been to too many finals where we've come short, and I think it's about time now that Villa become a team that win trophies again. So yeah, I'm fully on board with that. I want to take every cup competition seriously and field as strong a side as possible in doing that. So yeah, I'm all for it. I want to see armpits, man. I want to see a Sliff silverware. So yeah, I totally agree, man.
Ireland, bro. Team news. Team. What do you want to do? Do you want to think what you think Emery will pick, or do you want to do what you think you'd like to see?
What I'd like to see is us go fairly strong within that. I think Joe Gauci will come in. I don't see Emi Martinez playing.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Gauci. I think when you're trying to squad balance and keep people happy, like, you have to give certain players these games, otherwise they're never getting any games time.
Yeah. What do you think of the right back position? Do you think Cash starts again? He didn't play in the Champions League. He's hardly played this season, coming from an injury as well. Do you think Matty Cash starts again at right back?
I'd be very surprised, bro. I think that's got to be Nedeljkovic. I think Nedeljkovic has had no minute. He's had no starts this season outside of Wickham. I think certain players will be brief, like League Cup is where you're going to get your starts. Don't worry. And if you impress me there, then you're going to have a better chance of breaking into the Premier League squad. So yeah, Costa, I'm fully expecting to start at right back. And if he doesn't, I think he'd be looking at loan time in January to getting some minutes elsewhere.
Yeah. I think centre backs, I think Diego Carlos comes in, and his partner, I'm not too sure. I don't think Pau or Ezri will play this game. I think it will be potentially Swinkles. I wouldn't be surprised with that. We saw it in pre-season, that partnership. And Swinkles, again, he played against Wickham, didn't he? So, yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. I don't think we'll see Bergard Swinkles again. I think that won't be tested again. So yeah, I think Diego Carlos will come in, and then it will just be another centre back, and I think that potentially be Swinkles.
Yeah, this is a weird one for me because my first thought was Mings Carlos is going to be the back two, but as we said, we don't know Mings' fitness. Now, judging from Mings taking Swinkles' place in the first team squad, that would insinuate that he's right at a level where he can play and he can start. We heard Mings quotes the other day with the Bayern game saying if Torres was out potentially, like he feels he would have been ready to play. But we ain't really seen that translate to Premier League minutes yet. So, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say Mings Carlos is the back two, bro.
I hope that is the case, bro.
If there's no Mings, I genuinely think we see Carlos left centre back like he played at Seville and Konza start. I don't think Swinkles is in the frame like that, to be honest.
Okay,
and then Maatsen left back. I think
left
is
back,
probably the most guaranteed one there.
So that's interesting. So kids just reserved to the bench.
Costa's a kid, bro.
Yeah, Costa and Nedeljkovic, yeah. But I mean, in terms of the ones that started against Wickham, in terms of Swinkles, Bogarts.
Bench, maybe bench.
Yeah, bench. Okay, interesting. So going into the midfield, I think the centre mids kind of pick themselves. I think it will be Barkley, Kamara in centre mid. Don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. I think Onana's going to want to be used for Spurs away. Because that's going to be like a jewel that is like, especially the way Spurs condense the midfield and have their fullbacks going in. He wants Onana breaking play. So, yeah.
And I think Bubakar's ready for his first start, isn't he now? He's made a number of appearances off the bench. So, yeah, I think Bubakar's ready to go.
His speed looked decent as well. There's one clip against Bournemouth where he chases them down and he wins the ball on the touchline and gives it to Ramsey Kamara. So, I think he's itching, bro, to get a start now.
Facts. Who do you see playing on, those wing positions, kind of, inside 10 positions?
See, this is a weird one because it depends on who he thinks is going to start versus Spurs, Ramsey or McGinn, or if both of them start. I'd be inclined to say he'll pick McGinn just because to have some experience in there against Palace and probably play McGinn against Spurs as well. But I think Emery just loves McGinn like that.
Yeah.
So I think we'll probably see McGinn left mid,
Yeah, so if it is McGinn, who takes that right mid position? Is it Leon Bailey? Is it Philogene? Obviously wasn't able to play on the weekend because of his suspension. Or is it McGinn on the right, JJ on the left?
I think we'll see Philogene start.
Philogene off the right. Okay. And that leaves the front two then. So is it Buendia? Is it as simple as Buendia, Duran?
Yeah. I think you have to give Buendia the start here. He's had no minutes in the Premier League. Like, I don't see how Buendia doesn't start here, to be honest. Rodgers is not going to start in the League Cup, in my opinion. I can't see that happening. And Duran's the no-brainer. Duran and I think Maatsen, Duran, Gauchi are the most nailed.
Yeah. No, and it's, again, on paper, it's a strong side. It's a very strong side of Premier League experience and quality. So, yeah, it may be a few players missing, but it doesn't mean